To the news of hope that Kenyans are awaiting, and it's all to do with the vaccine. And now we know it'll take Kenya at least 18 months from February to June 2023 to vaccinate 16 million vulnerable Kenyans against COVID-19. According to the latest Ministry of Health immunization plan, the acquisition and rollout of the vaccines will cost 34 billion shillings, with the costs shouldered by both the government and the GAVI alliance. Meanwhile, Kenyans travelling to Qatar will be required to meet their own costs of quarantine in hotels from the 14th of February. Dorcas Wangira has the very latest.
As Kenya awaits its first shipment of COVID-19 vaccines later this month, it is the logistical demands of the vaccination process that remain a key priority for the Ministry of Health and its partners. In 18 months from February 2021 to June 2023, Kenya targets to vaccinate 16 million people, at least 30% of the population. This will cost 34 billion shillings, 14 billion shillings funded by the government, and the additional 19 billion shillings by the GAVI alliance. The National Assembly, in a special sitting, is expected to deliberate on the approval of a supplementary budget for the funds required. The vaccination will be in 3 phases. The first, from February to June, will target 1.25 million Kenyans, giving priority to Kenyans providing critical services at the front line: health workers, teachers and non-teaching staff, as well as security personnel. Phase 2 will target 9.7 million Kenyans who are aged 50 and above, and those aged above 18 but with pre-existing conditions, and Phase 3 will target 5.1 million Kenyans. The government saying it has made all the necessary preparations for the vaccine. Besides the main storage in Kitengela, there are 9 other regional vaccine storage sites in Kakamega, Nyeri, Garissa, Meru, Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru, Kisumu and Eldoret to serve the entire country, with the distribution to be undertaken by the Ministry of Health, county governments and non-state partners.
We are also just talking to the others and seeing and monitoring how the other vaccines which are being deployed in other countries in South America, in Asia, the impact they are having, their safety and other issues. So we are alert and we are open to learn from what other countries are doing.
In the last 24 hours, 132 people have tested positive for COVID-19, bringing the total cases to 102,353. 3 people have died, bringing the fatalities to 1,794. Qatar has issued a travel advisory that hotel quarantine will be required for all arrivals starting February 14th. The only exception are arrivals from the green list: Oman, Brunei Darussalam, Thailand, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, South Korea, Singapore, Japan, Myanmar, the Maldives, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Cuba, Mauritius, Iceland and Ireland. The Africa Centre for Disease Control, CDC, has given recommendations with regard to the South African variant of COVID-19. For countries that have not reported its circulation, the CDC recommends proceeding with the rollout of the Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine. For countries that have reported its circulation, the CDC recommends the acceleration of their preparedness to introduce all COVID-19 vaccines that have received emergency use authorization or approval by regulatory authorities. And more importantly, all countries should expand their genomic surveillance testing capacity, as the new variants pose the challenge of being imported into Africa at a wider scale than previously reported. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, Nairobi.